Apple will have a criminal conversation with you.
No,
If you're
discussing
going to be doing
criminality.
that, I highly
Discussing or
encourage you.
reporting criminality. It's different. I want to report criminality, not
But
have a criminal
I am not
conversation.
currently creating or experiencing a criminal act.
I am reporting it.
Asking.
I'm reporting it. I'm stating it as being discovered, and I'm reporting it in a conversation with you. So,
Okay, I'm telling you I'm not consenting to that. What I want to do is kind of proceed a little bit.
Well, no. Your consent needs to look like you hanging up then, because I can say anything I want in a conversation with another citizen, and I just described an awareness of a crime I discovered. So it is my right to say that. If you don't want to participate in it, you can hang up. But that means the Apple Corporation isn't receiving criminal reports when clearly communicated.
Okay, so let me take a different path, Brian.
Mm-hmm.
I understand, and I've seen a lot of the emails that you sent to Apple
Mm-hmm.
and Sedgwick
Yeah.
around your concerns about criminal acts.
Yeah.
I highly encourage you to continue the path of those external agencies
Yeah.
that you're reporting the crimes to.
Okay.
Apple will participate with those outside agencies
Great.
as those things are brought forward and requests for a response is received.
Fantastic.
But we haven't received any requests.
Well,
yet
they've only
for a
been
response.
standing for 2 weeks. The FBI found out 2
we're
weeks
looking
ago.
forward to
Okay.
them.
Great.
I appreciate you sending the copies,
Thank you.
and we're going to participate when
Great.
those agencies contact us.
That's fantastic. Thank you.
So for now, at this point in time, what I want to share with you is, if there's something that you need from Apple, like a copy of final paychecks, like W-2s, any other things like that, I right now am your single point of contact for those references. I want to acknowledge that Apple is asking you to not contact anyone else within our company except for myself.
Does that include personal communications between private citizens related to business labor conditions?
If it is an apple@apple.com email address, you are no longer an employee. You have no legitimate business.
I have personal relationships with
conducting.
those people, and I can
Excuse
communicate.
me?
I have personal relationships with those people, and I can
Then
discuss labor
you
conditions.
can use personal venues to communicate with them. Their personal cell phones, their personal email addresses, etc. But we are specifically asking you to cease and desist in communicating with Apple via our apple.com email addresses.
Got it. Well,
Except for myself.
Let's discuss a very specific case. I want to get your feedback on a very specific example of using my personal email to continue a correspondence with an Apple address. Let's get into that. Before being fired, I initiated a coworker harassment complaint with Apple Security. Before being fired, I forwarded that work email exchange to my personal email. Before being fired, I continued that exchange from my personal email. So I now have a registered coworker harassment complaint with Apple Security that I have begun and continued on my personal email prior to being fired. May I continue that harassment complaint with Apple Security that was registered prior to my accounts being suspended as well as my discharge? What is your response to that? What does the Apple Corporation say about me pursuing a registered harassment complaint that existed prior to any disciplinary action that might have compromised my ability to use Apple Communications? Can I continue to use Apple Communications as I was prior to discipline, or is that prohibited?
Your single point of contact at Apple is myself.
That sounds like a negative. I'm going to interpret that as a negative. All right, the Apple Corporation has prohibited me from using a communication method to pursue an established coworker harassment complaint with Apple Security Department. The initial report was made on Tuesday, September 22nd. My first response was on Wednesday, September 23rd. I demanded a manager review the subsequent Wednesday. My account access was revoked the subsequent Thursday. My manager attempted to fire me on Friday, and my manager's managers discharged me without cause on Monday. So I'm really glad that we could get this talked out. My response to you is that I will communicate with any other private citizen about any cause, particularly labor conditions. As you and I both know, this is a protected form of communication, and corporations are prohibited from any form of obstruction that relates to communication related to Labor conditions. So thank you for communicating to me that you're a one point of contact, but I'm actually going to contact potentially 150,000 people. And if that's a problem for you, report it to the police. What else?
So I want you to understand. I will say again, we are asking you to cease and desist,
and I'm hearing,
and to continue
your ask and laughing.
For communication.
I'm hearing your ask and laughing at you, Kelly. Just
your
because
communications are
then report them to the police.
Abusive,
report it to the
and
police.
Threatening.
Then report it to the police.
Causing concern to our employees.
Yeah, well, the federal government knows that you're trying to cover up
their personal safety.
Then they should report it to the police. Do you understand that you're making fictitious claims unsubstantiated by police reports? Do you understand that when
Did you send an image to Kaleida of a picture of a skull with a bullet?
Did Kaleida fail to respond to my request to report to federal government?
Did you send that threatening image to Kaleida?
Let me pull up my message record 1 second.
I have a copy of it.
Good.
You text him a picture of a skull and a bullet, which was concerning to his personal safety.
Tell me about I see a message on Sunday, September 19th at 12:03 p.m. Read me the text of that message.
I'm not asking you that. I'm asking you about the image you sent on 10-1.
I am instructing you to do it. I see a message on Sunday, September 19th, 12:03 p.m. You are addressing this message record. Tell me what you see.
Okay. So, Brian, I'm getting to the point where we're going to be concluding this conversation shortly. You have sent threatening and concerning images to our employees.
And you've failed to report that to the police very conspicuously, almost as if you have something to hide, almost as if there's a big cover-up.
We don't have anything to
then
hide.
why hasn't this been reported to the police?
Brian, if you need anything,
and you dodge the question. Here you are telling me people feel threatened, but you can't tell me why that threat hasn't been reported to the police. Let me tell you,
Brian,
I smell a lot of
I
inconsistency.
do not have to tell you every and all actions that we're working on.
But you do if you don't want to seem very suspicious. You do if you don't want to seem like you're part of a cover-up effort.
Brian, if you need anything like benefits information, registering for COBRA, final paychecks, those types of things, let me know. I am confirming that your outreach to Apple are being rerouted to myself so I can assist you. We're asking you specifically to not create additional fictitious email addresses.
Yes.
So that, those
wait, can you confirm that there was email filtering occurring?
Brian, I am your single point of contact.
Yes.
Any and all emails from you being sent to me.
Oh, you are toast. Can you confirm that it was occurring prior to my discharge?
Brian, I'm going to go now.
Okay, let me turn on some music to dance to your defeat. 1 second. 1 second. I want to pull up I'm going to pull up my favorite song and do a victory dance.
Okay. I'm going to end the call, Brian. Thank you for your time. If you need anything, let me know. I want to make sure that you have access to your benefits information, your paycheck, this, that, or the other. But again,
they abused more than 100 American disabled people.
In our company.
It's going to come out. It's going to come out. It's going to come out that multiple departments concealed massive governmental fraud.
We look forward to those formal charges.
Yes. As do I. Thank you. The federal government will not ignore this.
Have a good rest of your day, Brian.
You as well.